Hey everybody, good evening. So I'm just giving everybody a minute to jump on the call and I'm getting set up. I hope you guys are enjoying the live event over there on Facebook. It's been a huge success tonight. We have over 200 people attending our live event this evening. And so it's been sort of awesome to watch you guys post and comment and just share your thoughts and ask great questions. And so as you guys are jumping on, I don't want to start yet because I know there's a little bit of a delay. So I want to make sure I give you guys some time to get on. Also, have you guys had a chance to go and check out, let me see, have you guys had a chance to check out that Google Doc? It's in the event details. So if you guys have questions, you want to make sure you head over back to the event page and you just go to the information at the top and make sure if you have any questions for me during this call, that's going to be the easiest way for you to get a hold of me because the chat on YouTube on air is awful and I don't typically tend to see the questions that you're asking. So it's just best if we use that Google document, all right? So if you've got any questions at all, that's where you want to go. So I see that some of you have been posting and maybe you're behind, maybe you're only on post 2 or 3, or maybe you're saying to yourself, I don't really get how this whole thing works and I sort of feel lost and I'm a little bit overwhelmed. And that's okay too. So I tried to do my best at numbering the posts in the event so that you could actually go back and listen to them later. I'll leave them up for the next 24 hours so you guys can check them out. All right. Okay. So here we go. Get this pinned to the top there so everybody can see what we're doing. And here we go. So, all right, guys, I just want to quickly introduce myself. My name is Melanie Metro. I am a superstar diamond coach. I am the creator of the Dream Team. I created this team about, it's been almost 4 years ago now since we started with the Dream Team. And I am currently the 2014 top coach of Team Beachbody, which means out of 300,000 coaches in the network, I am number 1, which is incredible. And right now, the Dream Team is still ranked the number 1 team in Team Beachbody. So we've only got 3 more weeks to go to see if we will pull off year number 2. Which is really incredible and really exciting. And to be honest with you, it really doesn't have a whole lot to do with me. It has a whole lot to do with how amazing our team is and how motivated and how driven they are to reach success. And I am happy to lead you and provide training and provide guidance and systems and all sorts of, stuff to sort of lead the way. And so tonight, I'm going to take some time to really explain to you what coaching is all about, answer some of the questions you might have. The coach that invited you here tonight is the coach that you're going to sign up with because we have a great system and they are willing and able and ready to guide you every step of the way. And I'm going to tell you all about it and what we have to offer. All right. So I'm going to pull up my questions over here. I see that there are a couple, so thank you. I will definitely get to those. All right. So a little bit about me. I'm a mom. I have 2 little boys, Landon and Bryce. Landon is 6 and Bryce is 4. He's going to be 5 here very shortly. And I started as a customer in a challenge group like many of you. After having Bryce, I really was struggling to get the weight off after that second pregnancy. And I was struggling with my identity and who I was, and I didn't really feel comfortable in my skin at all. And I made a post on Facebook about eating celery and peanut butter and trying to lose weight. And so actually my husband's friend from high school, his wife reached out to me and said, hey, I saw your post on Facebook that you're trying to lose weight. And so I wanted to know if you would like to join my challenge group. I'm running this Beachbody challenge group and all you have to do is do a Beachbody fitness program and replace 1 meal a day with Shakeology and you can be a part of my group. And so I was like, well, I can't afford to do Shakeology and I don't own any Beachbody programs, but I had heard of Insanity and I'd heard that it was a really good program and our neighbor down the street had it. So I borrowed it. And so I borrowed Insanity from my neighbor and I decided that that was going to be the fitness program that I was going to do. So I took those before pictures, and you may have seen my transformation story floating around there out on social media, but that was the most humbling experience that I've ever encountered. Taking pictures of yourself after having a baby and looking nothing like you did, a year before that, prior to having children, at 30 pounds heavier. And I remember hiding those pictures under a file, under another file on my computer, that just in case somebody would ever find those pictures, and I was long gone and they were found, they were hard to find. And so I started Insanity. Every day I would go down to the basement of our townhouse. I would go into our storage room with my laptop, with my Insanity DVDs, and I would push play. And I would cry every day because it was so hard. And I would go through the warm up and I'd be dripping sweat. And I would look in the mirror and I would say, I'm never going to change. This body is always going to be this way. And I'm never going to really achieve my goals. And then I would go and I'd get done with my workout. I'd go into the challenge group and there would be people supporting me, lifting me up, telling me that I could do it, encouraging me to eat healthier, get rid of the sugar, eat 5 to 6 small meals a day. I learned about clean eating and it pumped me back up. And I was like, I don't even know these people, but they're encouraging me. They're motivating me. My coach was telling me to keep going, and she was troubleshooting with me and helping me to change my habits. And I just fell in love with challenge groups. I fell in love with the support system. And so over the course of the next 6 months, I did Insanity and P90X. And then I've gone on to do basically every Beachbody fitness program from beginning to end that's ever been released. And I started to journal my story. And I started to talk to other people about healthy eating. And I started to, speak to my husband about, hey, maybe we should start changing the way we eat. Let's start making healthier meals. Let's change around our snacks. And I'd go to my parents' house and I'd say, all right, can we have this instead of this? This is healthier. And it started to become my life. And I felt better than I ever did before. I had more energy than I ever did before. I was eating more food. I wasn't starving myself, and it was becoming a habit. And so at the end of Insanity, my coach said to me, hey, Melanie, I think you would make a really great coach. And so I myself was like, nah, I don't know about this coaching stuff. I'm just not so sure that I'm cut out to be a coach, right? So that's probably what many of you are thinking. I don't know what to do. I don't know anything about social media. My background is in special education. I have my master's degree in special ed. My undergrad is in psychology. I only got on Facebook to look at what my friends were doing. I posted pictures of my kids. I posted a picture of my dog. I very rarely posted pictures of Matt and I or our life because I was private. I'm shy. I'm not outgoing at all, surprisingly. And so here I was, my coach is like, Melanie, I really think you can do this. And I'm like, I think I could. Like, I'm really passionate about it, but I just don't know how. And so I approached Matt and I said, Matt, I've really been thinking about coaching, and my coach is asking me if I would like to do it. And I really think I might be able to do this. I think I'd be good at this. And at that time, we had made the decision for me to quit my full-time job. I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. So we pulled strings. We did whatever we needed to do to make it work. And I became a stay-at-home mom, and we became a single family income. And with that decision came a lot more sacrifices than maybe I was prepared for. And so we were financially just tight with money. There was just no extra fluff. So buying Shakeology on a monthly basis was not in the budget. We needed money. I couldn't be taking out more money than we were getting back in. So my husband was like, no, you are not investing in this. This is not going to work. It is a scam. It is a ripoff. You are not being a part of this. And I'm like, but I think I can make it work. I'm like, look, I started this blog. I've been journaling my progress. I'm like, I just really think I could teach people how to eat better, how to exercise. Like, I thought you always had to go to the gym to get results. But I was always that girl that went to the gym and I lasted for like 2 weeks and then I quit. And I had nobody to hold me accountable. And I went to the gym. I came home. I ate 5 cookies because I thought I earned it. And I was just undoing everything that I had worked hard to burn off. And through Beachbody, I learned so much about nutrition being the biggest component in your weight loss. I learned that, fitness is important, showing up, following the calendar, exactly how it's laid out, doing the workouts. I learned that it takes time to change your body, 21 days to develop a new habit. I learned about the 80-20 rule, and I was like, I can do this. I can teach this. So what did I do? Like any determined woman would do, I found a way. Maybe not the right way, but it ended up being the right way for me. And so what I did was I saved up money that my family gave me in July of that year for my birthday. And I paid the $40 coach sign-up fee at that time because there were no challenge packs to waive your fee. And I bought Shakeology and I signed up to be a coach. And I didn't tell my husband. And which, I was really nervous about telling him. It took me a good week. And one evening we were sitting on the couch. I remember exactly where I was at. And I just looked at my husband and I said, I have something to tell you. I signed up to be a Beachbody coach today. And he looked at me and he said, are you kidding me? And I was like, no, but I'm going to make this work. I was like, somehow, some way, I promise you I'm going to be great at this. I'm going to prove it to you I can do this. And he was like, that is the biggest waste of money. You will not be buying another bag of that powder. This is, again, a ripoff, a scam, so enjoy the next 30 days because that's about all it's going to last. And so being the determined and the disciplined and the focused person that I am, I was like, that didn't defeat me. I was like, oh, that's ammunition. That's just more fuel to my fire. You tell me I can't do something, I'm going to find a way to make it happen. And so this began my journey to Beachbody coaching. And so if I look back at some of the characteristics or the things that I possessed, I have this vision. I have a big vision. I allow myself to dream big. I don't limit myself. So I don't look at obstacles like my husband not supporting me. And I didn't say, okay, you don't support me. All right, I won't do it. Maybe you're right. It's a bad idea. No, I challenged him. And then I challenged my family or my friends or people that were like, what are you doing posting these sweaty selfies on Facebook? And I was like, no. I was like, this is my accountability. I'm inspiring people. And every morning I get up and I share my morning accountability post. And don't you know, every day somebody tells me, thank you. You inspired me. I got out of bed because you. I didn't hit snooze because you. I started doing a workout program for the first time in my life because of you. Or those messages that when you get and you say, because of you, I'm happier in my marriage. You've saved my marriage. Because I feel more confident in my skin. I feel more comfortable with my spouse, or I have more energy to keep up with my kids, or my body doesn't hurt anymore. And so I am passionate about helping other people achieve their health and fitness goals. But I will tell you, I'm not a personal trainer. I have no background in health and fitness. I am a mom, just like you, that decided to go for it. And I just saw a vision of some way, somehow, I was going to be successful at this, and there I went. And I like to write, so I created a blog on Blogger. It's a free hosting site. You can use Blogger, you can use WordPress. Again, you don't have to create a blog to be successful, but I like to write, right? So I started writing about my journey. Every week I would share my meal plan, the recipes my family was eating, kid tested, husband approved. I would talk about the late nights or the early mornings or my kids not sleeping, but how I pushed through anyways. I started sharing on social media how to plan out your meals. Most people don't know how to do that. They don't even know where to start. I taught people how to read at labels and what ingredients are good versus bad. And those became my social media posts on Facebook. And I was sharing, I was adding free content, free information based on the journey I was going through to help other people. So that's a little bit about me and how I sort of got started and where my head is at. And I will tell you, there's a lot of Beachbody coaches out there that are not personal trainers. They're not fitness experts. They're not nutritionists. And quite frankly, we come in all different shapes and sizes. There are many of us that are still on our transformation. We're not even there yet. It's a destination, right? Where this is our way of life. But what successful Beachbody coaches do is they believe without a shadow of a doubt that they are meant for greatness. Coaches are people that are just ordinary, everyday people, the girl next door, the guy down the street that decided to take a chance and go for it. And you have to have that sort of that internal drive to be better. You can't be lazy. You can't make excuses, but you have to be motivated and driven. And we will teach you the tools you need to succeed, but you have to have the underneath in order to make this business work. So what are great coaches are people that have flaws, that make mistakes, that eat that cookie, that drink that glass of wine, but they get up the next day and they do their workout and they stay on track and they keep going no matter what. Coaches lead by example. When I say lead by example, we're doing the Beachbody fitness programs. We are drinking Shakeology and we're talking about it. So we're being a product of the product. I think the most successful coaches are the ones that make Beachbody lifestyle their actual lifestyle. Like Matt and I are living proof of we eat clean, we serve clean dinners, we are conscious about when we go out to eat, but we also enjoy life too. But we walk the walk, we talk the talk. People trust us because we're living proof that it works. We have personal testimonials to share that we've just built over time. So what do? What exactly is it that a Beachbody coach does? So how does network marketing work? So network marketing is not a pyramid scheme. Beachbody is not, it's not about how many people you sign up. It is not, okay, you sign up, then I make money off of you. And it's just the more people I sign up, the more money I make. And that's not how it works. We as Beachbody coaches, we want to help our customers get results. So there's a transaction of goods and services. You are reaching out to people, whether they're people you know, people you don't know, introducing yourself to people, and you're talking about your own health and fitness. And naturally, most of the time, especially with women, the conversation comes up about weight loss. And so we say, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach and I run these online accountability groups. I've lost 30 pounds. It's totally changed my life. I have been a fitness failure all of my life, and this is the first thing I've ever stuck to. You should totally join me. I will tell you the 21-day fix has changed my life. And then somebody's going to say, well, what's the 21-day fix? And then you start talking about it. Maybe you show them your containers. Maybe you pull out your program manual. Maybe you get together and you work out together. And then you say to the person, I think this would be a great fit for you. Why don't you join me on January 4th for my next challenge group? We'll do it together. I'll help you meal plan. I'll share my plans with you, right? We'll work together. If we live close enough, maybe we work out together once a week, or maybe we just talk on the phone or text each other for accountability. But a Beachbody coach's main goal is to help other people achieve healthy and fulfilling lives. That's our mission. It is not about sign people up, sign people up, sign people up, and then tell them to figure it out. Our job as coaches is to connect people with the products, help them get the results so they have success, and then they go out there and they become advocates. So it just becomes this natural process of sharing and people joining. That's how you find people out there, is through just being a really great coach. So what we do is we run these online fitness groups. So closed online Facebook groups, or, there are apps out there called GroupMe, or, we're going to have a challenge group app that comes out in January. So if you don't want to be on Facebook, you don't have to be, but we do these challenge groups, and everybody in the challenge group has a coach. They're all replacing one meal a day with Shakeology. They are all doing a Beachbody fitness program. And then if you're in my group, every Monday you get a Monday mindset video that I've created. And I give this guide to all of my coaches. So if you join my team or one of my coaches, you have access to all of our resources, all of our guides, all of our documents, all of our daily posts. So you do not have to figure this out on your own. All right. And so what we do is we walk people through for, sometimes it's 21 days, sometimes it's 6 weeks. And our job is to help you stay committed so that you see it through. So it doesn't become another program that sits on the shelf and collects dust, or another gym membership that you buy that people don't show up to the gym to actually do the workouts. Another way other than like online fitness groups is you can do a free group. So somebody asked in the little event page, like, do I have to make people do a Beachbody fitness program, or can they do any program? Well, sure. You can run free groups. You can do a free clean eating group, or a squat challenge, or a plank challenge, or push-ups, or you can just teach people about clean eating. You can build that relationship with people, and then maybe they'll want to join and actually do a fitness program. You can do fit clubs, and a fit club is a live workout. So maybe you take your DVDs, you all meet up together at a gym, you put in the DVDs and you all work out together. That's a fit club. And then maybe afterwards you stay, you talk about Shakeology, you hand out some samples, you ask them about their goals, you make some connections, get their contact information, invite them back next week to do a different workout, right? Those are fit clubs. Basically, a Beachbody coach leads by example. We are just here to show you that it can be done and to support you in the process. So I hope that that helps. That gives you a good idea of what we do, and we use social media to make that happen. So how do we find people? How do we attract people to us? Well, we do that through social media or face-to-face talking to people. But for me, I'm sort of a shy girl. I don't love just walk into the grocery store and walk up to somebody and say, hey, have you ever heard of Beachbody before? Want to join my challenge group? Like, that's just not my style. Where I like social media because people can watch me, I can share motivation, I can inspire people from afar. They can choose whether or not they want to like my stuff and be a part of what I'm doing. But then I can watch for people to follow me. I can make lists of my friends. I can talk to my neighbors, and I can find people around me who are interested in losing weight and invite them to do this alongside of me. And so I can run these challenge groups from the comfort of my own home. Heck, I've got pajama bottoms on right now and slippers. I just have a fancy top on, right? But this is my job. I am able to build this business at home when it works for me. And as a new coach, as a brand new coach, before I became, top coach, before I was able to retire my husband from his job so that he can be home with our kids, I worked this business in the morning before my babies got out of bed, when they took a nap in the afternoon, and after they went to bed at night. And that was what I did. I made it work. I didn't hire a babysitter at first. They didn't go to daycare. It was just me, myself, and I. And so that for me was such a rewarding thing to know that I could have the best of both worlds. And if I wanted to take them to preschool, or if I wanted to be present in school for their special reading day or a class party, I could be present in that. And so now I started to feel like I had the best of both worlds, and I love it. It's really awesome. All right. So challenge groups, I talked to you about how do you find people, and then sharing versus selling. So selling, let's talk about this. A lot of people are like, I don't want to sell to my friends and family. I don't want to annoy people. Totally get that. There are a couple of options. So you can use your personal Facebook page to build your business, and you can post. And I encourage everybody 2 to 3 times a day, whether it's a workout picture or a new recipe you've tried or something you're doing with your kids, a fun craft project, you're traveling, how are you staying healthy when you eat out, maybe tips you're learning in your own fitness journey, like how much water you should drink or how many meals a day you should eat, or what are good sources of carbs and protein. So you're sharing tips. Or you can create a separate page, and they call that a like page or a business page, which you don't have to create a whole new Facebook account. But if you just look at your Facebook account on the left-hand side, it'll say pages, and create a page. You can create your own page. And so that can be your place where you invite people, like your friends on Facebook, over to your like page, and then you post 2 to 3 or 4 times a day about health and fitness and your family, but it sort of keeps that part separate from your personal life, right? I will say that they do kind of bleed into one another, and that's okay, because you want to be known for that person that is healthy, that is fit, that is sharing that lifestyle. And I had got all of my first initial customers and coaches just from my personal Facebook page, from not being afraid to put myself out there. Yes, you have to make your profile public so that people can find you. And the reason being is if Sarah down the street, who is a current customer of yours, tells Nancy, her friend from work, what a great coach you are, and says, you should find her on Facebook, friend request her, you should follow her, she has really great tips. And they go and they search for you in the search bar of Facebook. If your account is set to private, or like some of you tonight, I couldn't even send you a friend request because you have your settings set so that I can't even friend request you. What happens is people can't find you. And so then they're like, well, I want to do the 21-day fix, but I can't find her, so I'm just going to go buy it online. And then they just get assigned a random coach. So remember, like putting yourself out there means you're sort of opening the doors. You're sharing that lifestyle. You're showing people it can be done. but you've got to make yourself searchable. So it is important that you do make yourself public, because I have found a lot of my customers and my coaches from word of mouth, from other people sharing my page or sharing things from me or talking to their friends who end up on my page, who I end up starting a conversation with. All right. Okay. Now, how do you make money? I'm sure this is a big question. Remember, guys, if you've got questions, head over to that Google document. Don't forget about that. It's right in that event page in the event description section if you're looking for, where to find the answers at, right? I see a couple of them in there already. All right. How do you make money? Guys, you get a 25% commission off of everything that people purchase from your site. You don't have to keep inventory. You don't have to have stock in your house. You have websites. You have a Beachbody website that you give to people. And when they're interested in doing the 21-day fix or getting a challenge pack or signing up as a coach, they go directly through that site. The product ships to them, to their house. You get a 25% commission on everything purchased, but you also get like a flat commission for the challenge packs, whether it's 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, $100 per challenge pack based on the price of the challenge pack. You also earn money. And when you really look at building an exponential business, like what does it take to really make a significant income? Well, what it does is you start out by helping customers in your challenge group, identifying those that are passionate, like my coach identified me, reaching out to that person saying, hey, I think you'd be good at that, explaining what coaching is all about to them, helping them get started right, and then teaching them how to duplicate exactly what you're doing. And by doing that, you earn what's called this team cycle bonus. And basically it's you earn volume and volume points, and you earn an income based on how successful your coaches are. So it's important not to just sign up a coach, but to have coaches that are passionate about health and fitness just the way you are too. All right. The cool part is you can get a 25% discount on everything you purchase from Beachbody too. So that 25% discount makes it worth it. And then you're going to hear about us going on the cruise. So we're all going on this Success Club trip. So not only do you make a commission and you get bonuses, but Beachbody rewards you for helping people. So every year we have a Success Club trip where, for me, my first year as a coach, the Success Club trip was Disney. And my family had never taken a trip to Disney before. And I was like, I am going to earn that trip for my family. And every single month I set out to hit Success Club 10. That meant I was going to help at least 5 new people every single month in a challenge group. And so I set that goal for myself. I was consistent on social media. I was, expanding my scope of people by getting out there and talking and making friends and finding ways to sort of open doors. And I was able to take my family to Disney on a paid vacation other than our plane tickets to Disney. That was such a great feeling, because as somebody who was the stay-at-home mom, I felt like I was giving back. I had a purpose and I was on fire for it. And then there's all kinds of other cool rewards too, like the top 10 trip and leadership and coach summit, where you can get great coach training and things from all the top leaders in the organization. All right. So let me just kind of really quickly jump into, I know the biggest question is like, what makes your team different than other teams? Or why should I sign up with the dream team versus somebody else? What makes you guys unique and different? And I think that's just a really awesome question. So what does make us unique and different? Well, first of all, the dream team is one team out of hundreds of teams in the organization. And we're made up of teachers and stay-at-home moms and single parents and women without kids and husbands and doctors and lawyers and military. Anybody you can think of. Like, there's no right or wrong kind of person that's cut out for this business. But what we are, I can tell you, is we're extremely passionate and we're extremely confident that without a shadow of a doubt, we are going to make a positive impact. Most of us have gone through our own physical transformations. Some of us already were fit when we walked in the door. We just had a passion for health and fitness and wanted to help other people. We have nurses, like I said, that are in the healthcare field, and they want to help people stay out of the healthcare system. And so Beachbody Coaching makes perfect sense because they're helping people. It's preventative care. So when you join our team, you're getting access to all the top coaches. We have a top 10 coach, you have the top coach, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elite coaches and a handful of premier coaches. You have 3 10-star diamonds, a superstar diamond coach. You have a team that is successful, that is duplicating the process and is sharing it with you. So when you join as a coach, you're going to get a getting started right call with your coach, a one-on-one call to help you sort of sort through all of the thoughts. Because think about it, anytime you start a new job or you start something new, what happens? You like go through this period of kind of anxiety. What did I get myself into? Where do I start? I don't really know where to go from here. And that's our job. Our job is to say, all right, you're overwhelmed. It's a natural part of the process. I felt like that for about 3 to 6 months as a new coach, but think about it as learning a new job or learning to ride a bike. You just got to keep getting on and you just got to keep practicing until it becomes natural. And so we help you make Beachbody Coaching a natural part of your life through our 30-day new coach training programs. We call them our Coach University. It starts on the first Monday of every month. Sometimes we run multiple groups. If we have, a large class that comes in, we'll sometimes run 2 of them. But our job is to teach you how to launch your business. Who do you want to talk to? How do you use social media? What are your goals? Are you in this because you need to supplement an income? Do you have a long-term vision of leaving a full-time job? Do you want to have more flexibility? Do you want to fire your boss? Do you love fitness and this is going to be a hobby? Is it going to be accountability, or are you going to be what we call a preferred customer, which means you're just consuming the product and you don't really know if you want to be an actual coach just yet? So what we do is we teach you the vital behaviors of the business, how to invite, how to follow up. We talk about personal development and being a product of the product. You get access to all of our trainings, all of our documents, all of our challenge group guides, anything, script, or any information we've ever created is now at your fingertips. So what that means is you don't have to reinvent the wheel, but you can use what's already been created and sort of put your unique spin on it and make it your own. You do not have to start your own challenge group by yourself the first time. You are going to be an apprentice in our challenge groups or your uplines or mine. And so you're going to get to invite, and your goal is to invite 3 people at minimum to your first challenge group that we will run together. And that's going to help you achieve month 1 of your Success Club goal. And we're going to help you earn a free ticket to our Coach Summit next July. But so what we do is we give you a step-by-step, tried, true, and tested new Coach University with a once-a-week small group call with other coaches starting at the same time. Plus, you get one-to-one support from your coach and access to our pages and our team 24/7. And so we are just hands-on. You will see every leader leading by example. If they're asking you to do something, you better believe that they are doing it too. And we're very much involved. And no matter if you're a new coach or you're advancing in the business, whether you're starting to begin to learn leadership or you're moving into, maybe a recruiting phase or building a significant income, or maybe you want to be an elite or top 10 coach and you want to be, take it all the way to the top. We have got a system and a process and a training and support every step of the way. And I believe it's those things that we've put in place as a team that keep us in that number 1 spot. Because we're all about making sure that you have the best success possible by creating you with a great foundation of resources to be able to use. Also, guys, I want you to know, people always say, well, what's the minimum? What's the quota? What do I have to do? I'll tell you, you have to do nothing. But if you do nothing, you're going to make nothing. It's not going to be successful. But I want you to know that there's no pressure. We're not kicking you out if you're not successful in the first month. We're not disowning you. You can be a discount coach. You can be a business owner. You can just try it out and see how it goes. There is no pressure. If you say to me, I want to run as fast as I can, I'll run with you. If you want to walk, you want to take baby steps, I'll take the baby steps. So I want you to know that there is no pressure. We want you to have fun. We want you to enjoy coaching. We want you to enjoy helping other people, let you be a little creative and have a good time with it. So really, it's sort of like now kind of the time where you take a step back and you reflect and you say, can I do this? Am I meant for this? Am I cut out for success? You know, where do I think I could go from here? And really envision what your life could be like 3, 4, 5 years from now if you just said to yourself, all right, I'm going to take my already busy life. For example, my 2 children, one that was a toddler, one that was an infant. I could never leave them alone. I had no free time. My husband worked long hours. He traveled 45 minutes to and from work. I was basically on my own most of the days, and I was a little crazy in our little tiny townhouse. But I said to myself, I'm willing to sacrifice my favorite TV shows. I'll just DVR them, so it takes me a half hour to watch them instead of an hour. I'll get up an hour earlier. I will make sure that my kids are home to nap, so I have quiet time to work my business. I'll get up early on the weekends. I'll ask my husband for help to watch the kids so I can get on the computer and invite a few people and follow up and make a post. And having that discipline to show up every single day, 365 days out of the year, is what built my business. What created momentum. There's no fancy secret. There's no secret sauce, but it was consistency over time with passion. I believe in myself. I believe that I will find a way to be successful. Wasn't sure how, but I worked at it. And I listened to what other people were doing. I followed their lead, and then I just duplicated the success that they were having. All right, so guys, how do you get started? Let's just do that, and then I'm going to do the Q&A here, and we'll just wrap it up. So bear with me for just a few more minutes. You guys have been super awesome at participating and sticking around the whole time we've been here. So, all right, what do? You want to be a coach? What are your options? Well, number one, your best option is to sign up to be a coach tonight so that you can get started with get your package. If you order it between now and the 21st, you're guaranteed to have it on your doorstep by January 1st. But honestly, with the holidays coming, I know you're going to be busy. I know you're going to be distracted. You might not have a lot of time to devote if you've got family in. So you should sign up so you can at least take today or this weekend or random hours throughout the next 2 weeks and prepare yourself to launch your business. Right? So that on January 1st, you can hit the ground running. You're not waiting for anything. You've got time to really sort of set up a call with your coach, decide where you want to go from here. So the best way to get started is obviously to buy a challenge pack. And I'm not just saying that because I want you to buy something, but you get the $40 coach sign-up fee waived. So it's better than just flushing $40 down the toilet. And our cheapest challenge pack is $140. And so what you would do is if you currently drink Shakeology, you would cancel your Shakeology order. You would reorder the challenge pack. You'd get your $40 coach sign-up fee waived, and then you would get a fitness program of your choice. So maybe you're doing the 21-day fix, and you know that your next program you want to be is the 21-day fix extreme. So just get that now so that you have it and you're ready to go. All right. Or if you already have Shakeology, you can get the packets of Shakeology if people are asking you about it. And then you can, and then from there, you can sell them as samples, $5 a sample if somebody would like to try Shakeology, and you teach them how to make it. The second option is you can pay $40. You can pay that coach sign-up fee. You can get Shakeology with Home Direct. But honestly, you might as well get a challenge pack because it's like flushing $40 down the drain when you could get a whole nother fitness program from that. And then also, if you're military, if you or your spouse is active duty military, you have no sign-up fee. You pay 0 monthly fees. So as a coach, everybody pays $16.95 fee to be a coach. That's your membership fee. If you're military, you pay no fee. If you're a veteran, you yourself are a veteran, no fees. So that's your next step, is to sign up so that you can be a part of our new coach kickoff call, which we're going to do next week. You can get started with sort of the prerequisites. We call it our prep class. You can go through the prep class and you can get some of those assignments to get you ready for January 4th for our start date for the new coach training. We can help you to launch your business and help you to talk about social media, and we can get you started now. So in the next 24 hours, I would encourage you to do it tonight. Reach out to the person that invited you to be here. Let them know you're ready. Let them know you want to get signed up. We want to welcome you to the team. Next Monday night, we're going to do a huge shout out to every new coach that joins the team. You'll be on our call live. You'll get to hear from one of our coaches. You get to feel the experience and start to get your feet wet with coaching, right? And just taking it slow. And then we'll enroll you at our next Coach University. All right, guys. So I hope that this was informative. I hope you found this helpful. I just want you to know that our coach training is exclusive to the Dream Team. Nobody else has our training. It is something that we've tried, we've tested. We know that it works because we've been reinventing it and tweaking and changing it so that we feel like we're giving the right amount of information that doesn't overwhelm you, that helps you to get started right. Alrighty, so let me answer some questions. So now's a great time. If you got a question, it's time to go ask them. And there's some great ones over here. So stick around because they're really good. All right, so Kara asked, how do you expand your network? I find that it's hard to find new people to approach and add to your friends list. Great question. When it comes to expanding your network, a couple of things to look at, guys, is this. When it comes to expanding your network, think about your friends, think about your friends' friends. Think about the high school that you went to. Go to Facebook and search your high school. Even if you look at, like if I go and I actually look at my friends list, and I'm on my Facebook right now, and I click on friends, you can actually sort it by recently added, birthdays, high school, right? You can friend request, you can go to find friends. And then right there, it says, okay, you can like go down through and you can see, all right, I want to search for friends that are from Mars, Pennsylvania, right? I can search for friends that I went to Seton Hill College with. I can search for friends that I went to Penn Trafford High School with because that's where I went to high school at. So there you can look at that and you can say, oh, I remember Beth. We went to high school together. Let me friend request her, right? Or I remember Leslie. Let me friend request her. Or what I did is I would look at, my kids and their rosters from school. If the parents were all listed on there, I'd friend request them all. We have something in common. I would look at local like swap shops and community forums and people at church. And I just started to think about how many people I wasn't connected to on social media. And I started friend requesting people. And that's how I increased my network. Instead of kind of walking with my head down, going in and just doing my own thing everywhere I went, I started looking up and saying, who can I talk to today? And I just really forced myself to step outside of my comfort zone. And that was how I figured it out. And it worked really well. It took time, but the more that I posted, the more consistent I was with sharing on social media, my journey every single week, the more people started to like and comment. And then those people would ask me, what I was doing, and they would join my challenge groups. How does being a coach work? I already sort of discussed that, but if you are my coach and I decide to become a coach under you, does part of what I make go to you? No, it does not. So Carrie, when you're a coach underneath of me, I don't get a portion of your commission. Like I said before, you make your own commissions. I get what's called team cycle bonus, and that is something completely separate. So I get it's not even a percentage, but it has to do with this volume, and this certain equation is how it determines, what I would make off of you. But really in the end, I'm more concerned about your success and helping you to get your first customers and get off the ground, because that's the most important. So it doesn't matter how many coaches I sign up. All that matters is whether or not you're successful or not. So what have you found, this is from Kathy, to be the best way to track and follow up with your current people? So honestly, I pencil and paper, binder. Here's my binder, right? It's my binder. This is what I use. I use this, and this is how I track my customers. I have a list of people I'm talking to, and I write the date that I invited them or the date that we had our first conversation, and that's where I go to sort of have that conversation with people. There's Evernote, and there's Asana, and there are lots of things, but honestly, for me, I just track through paper and pencil, or you can make a Google spreadsheet or any kind of spreadsheet, whatever works best for you. All right, my husband is really weary about Facebook being public, which I already really talked about this, Caitlin. And so honestly, if you don't want your kids to be, if you don't want your pictures of your children out there, that's perfectly fine. Like, you don't have to make those public. You can set those to just friends of friends. And trust me, we've all done that before, and that's okay too. So you don't feel like you have to make everything public. But like I will say, it is rather hard to find people if you aren't setting yourself up to be a public figure, to be a public site. When you work from home, I already talked about that. I do not hire a babysitter. At first, I did not. Once I got to like a 2-star diamond is probably when I started getting somebody to come 1 day a week for 3 hours. And then I had somebody that was 2 days a week for 3 hours. And then I finally had 2.5 days where I worked my business and I had a babysitter. But now that Matt is home, we don't have to do that. But really, I just I worked it kind of part-time. And made it work, and it works very well. And there are lots of coaches in our organization that do the exact same thing, and it works great for them. All right. Did I first approach Heather Mullen? Did you first approach family members when you started? So my first customer was my sister-in-law. She bought Shakeology, and she was my very first customer, and she wanted to do it. So she approached the situation. It was not necessarily me forcing them into it, but they wanted to support me. They saw that my success, they saw that I was happy. I was talking to them about it. So yes, it was natural. It was a natural progression. My mom was my second customer. The girl that does my nails, Sarah, well, now is my very best friend. One of my great friends, she became my first customer. One of my first coaches is now a star diamond. And so, yes, people I knew were first, and then it's I would help them. They would tell somebody. Their friends would see their results, and then they would direct them to me. And so then it just started to be a spider web where it started to just reach out to other people. And it was because I was good at running challenge groups. Guys, I never ran a challenge group in my life. I took the script, I copied and pasted, I checked in with the group a couple of times a day. I shared my own sweaty selfies in there. I talked about what I was eating. I motivated them by encouraging them to keep going. And they had success. And because of that, they told other people. So it's just this domino effect of me teaching what I had already learned. How long did it start taking you to make a decent income? Now, I think, Christina, that's a specific question. So I don't know what a decent income to you might be. Is it $100 extra a month? Is it $200? Is it $2,000? I don't know what a decent income is. But for me, it took me 3 months to wrap my head around coaching. Right? So it took me 3 months of being able to pay my product. So Shakeology was $90. I made $150 or $200, right? And then every single month I got a little bit better, and I understood the process a little bit more. And then I understood, okay, how do I talk to people about coaching? And now I had people getting results. So now I was inviting them to become coaches. And so what happened is over the course of a year, I started to really make a significant income. And I'll never forget, it was about that 1 year mark that I started making on average $1,000 a week on average. There are some weeks were higher, some weeks were lower, but I would say it took me about a year to be able to do that. And that was a big deal. That was a big deal. That meant at that point, I had replaced what I made full-time as a coach. But what I will tell you, I don't want to make it sound like it's easy. I worked hard. I got up. I was disciplined to do the business building behaviors that I will teach you in the Coach Training University, but it's the discipline to show up and do them every day is what made me successful. So I was just very diligent about it. So this business isn't rocket science. It's not a secret or a mystery, but it does require you to put forth the effort and have a vision of success and what that might look like for you. So you really do have to have that vision that you can do this. Because I know you all can. You just have to believe in yourself. All right. So Christine, can you please talk a little about how you finally got your husband on board? I'm actually going through what you went through. So for him, I number one, never quit. I always explained why I was passionate about what I was doing. I included him in conversations. I would show him, oh my gosh, look at my customer. Look at how much weight she lost. I'd flip the computer around. Look at what I'm doing. Look at this person that I'm helping. It feels so good to know I'm making a difference. Or people out in the community would stop Matt and say, your wife helped me lose 50 pounds. She is awesome. People would say, your wife's really good at what she does. Or I made him go to Summit with me my first year. Game changer. He was surrounded by other husbands, other coaches. He was able to listen to Carl Deichler, who's the CEO of the company, speak. He was understanding of the vision. He didn't get it. And most people, when they don't understand what the business is all about, they definitely go to the negative side, right? They just automatically think it's a scam or it doesn't work. And especially in the first 3 or 4 months, when you're not making a boatload of money, but you're putting in a lot of time and energy, it's very easy to say, this isn't worth it. But that's just it. That's why success, that's why most entrepreneurs fail, is because they don't have that bigger understanding that you're creating momentum in every post you do, every person you talk to. It might be a no, not right now, but that doesn't mean that it's a no, not ever. And if you are there every day being inspirational and motivational, what's going to happen is it's going to flip. And so then Matt started to see that I was having success. And then he started talking to other husbands that he had met through events that we went to. I made him go to all the events. And people would say, hey, your wife is onto something. You got to stick with it. And then all of a sudden, it just started to happen. And it just started to keep going. But it was because of that series of steps that I took at the beginning, the open communication, the setting business hours, making sure that I wasn't always attached to my phone, that really made him say, wow, this is totally worth it. This has changed our lives. All right. Does your team have training on the technical things about coaching? Yep, like YouTube, and absolutely. We all do those kinds of things. So we have, even in our coach training university, we do talk about Pinterest and Instagram, and like pages are some of the first things that we talk about, because you have to have a social media niche. Some people don't like Facebook. Some people love Instagram. Some people want to do a business page. Some people want to be face-to-face. We're going to give you all of the options and share with you how to do that, how to start a blog, how to create a blog, how to get it going and make it successful. So you can actually go back to our archives of every training we have ever done in the history of our Team Beachbody, businesses, and you can listen to all the trainings we've ever done. So if you have a question, we have an answer for it, or we have a video or some sort of training on it. All right. With the Shakeology HD, is that something that comes out every month, or can you set a delivery date? How much is it per month? Yep, it's on top of the $16.95 fee. So yes, you pay the business service fee, and then you pay for your Shakeology. But remember, your Shakeology is 25% off. So you're like at $100, maybe $109 is where you're probably at. And so yes, it comes out every month. You can schedule it every other month. You can alternate flavors. You don't have to get Shakeology every single month. You can do the performance line supplements. You can do the boosts, anything. But here's the bottom line. You need to be able to lead by example. So you really should be drinking Shakeology every day, because you need to be a product of the product. So maybe you alternate 1 month Shakeology, 1 month performance line, but you've got to be able to speak from the heart and share that with others. And our goal is to help you get 3 to 5 new customers in the first month. So you actually pay for your product. Then the second month, you may even make more than that. Then the second month, our goal is for you to keep those first couple of customers you have. They're going to get their second order of Shakeology, and then you're going to have 3 new customers. So then you're going to make all of that money and then some more. Does that make sense? So that should be really helpful to you. So you are definitely going to make it back if you follow the game plan that we have laid out. All right. Do you recommend someone have results they can share before deciding to be a coach? Nope, I don't. I don't think you need to have results before you become a coach. So you don't have to have a six-pack. You don't have to show your stomach. You don't have to be ripped. All you need to do is show people that you're changing. So maybe you're pregnant, right? Maybe you're going to have a baby. How do you become a Beachbody coach? Beachbody is not just about weight loss. It's about lifestyle. So as a pregnant woman, what are you doing to make sure that you have a healthy pregnancy? Are you walking? Are you doing modified exercises? You can still eat clean. You're just not cutting calories. You're just continuing to eat the way you are, but you're talking about quality of food and how you're stretching or doing yoga or doing exercise, because it's going to improve your labor and delivery. Once you have your baby, you jump in and you start working the fitness programs, right? You start getting your transformation. Or maybe you're just starting out and you struggle. And that's important that people see every step of the way. People love to see that before and after and that transformation journey. So please don't wait until you feel like you're ready, because if you wait until you feel like you're ready, there's never going to be a perfect time. There just won't. There'll always be an event you have to go to. There'll always be something you have to do. There'll always be a shortage of time, money, resources. But it's sort of like, hey, I know that I can do this. I know I could be good at it. And I just got to bite the bullet and I just got to make it work. So that is sort of like what I want you guys to wrap your head around, is that there really isn't a perfect time. It's just, if you feel that you would be a great fit for this business, then we want you to be here. All right. We really do want you to take that leap of faith. All right. So that's the last question that I have that you guys have given me. I've talked for way long enough. And so I'm going to let you guys go. But I do want to say that we would love to just, invite you to join the Dream Team. We would love for you to go back to the coach that invited you here. Please send them a message right now and tell them you're in. Tell them you're ready to get started. You want to be in the January 4th New Coach University, and we will get you enrolled. We will get the information. You'll get a welcome email from us. We will introduce you to the Dream Team Facebook page, and you will get to start building your business from home. All right? So, hey, thank you so much for giving me your time this evening and being a part of this event. I have had a blast. I hope you guys have had a blast too. And we really hope to see you as a part of our team. I know that we just have an incredible system and we can help you to have success if you so choose. All right, guys. Have an awesome evening, and this will be up live on YouTube. You can go back to the event page and you can listen to any of the the posts that we've done over the last hour. You can check it out, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you have. All right, guys, have a really great night, and I will see you later. Bye-bye, everybody.